Oh boy!
Oh, here we are. All right.
Oh, it feels so good.
All right, so Rodney, just so you know, while we're looking up here, so your name is here.
Okay.
That is corresponding with you.
I check one.
Mine's down here, whatnot. Eric is there and whatnot. So this is stream. All right, we're live.
Yeah!
Woo! Woo! I don't
We
like
are
this.
starting.
Day one.
Almost a full hour late. Awesome.
Which was not brought to my
Blame
attention.
Rodney.
Hello,
Hello, America.
Hi, guys.
And other countries, potentially.
We're starting with the first and hopefully
Probably
shortest
last.
campaign session we ever do for this.
All right. So, all right, go ahead. So we're going to be doing Out of the Abyss.
Yes. We are doing Out of the Abyss. This group here. Actually, let's start with introductions. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
I'm Keegan.
Kevin.
TJ.
Rodney.
And I'm Austin. And this is my Twitch channel.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
We are starting Out of the Abyss today. We, as a group, have done the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, both books, with Austin as our DM, on characters that are not making this journey. That campaign ended strangely and horribly for a lot of people.
So we've dubbed it as the Lulth War, I think is what you said.
Yeah,
so it ended poorly for everybody except for John.
Well,
I guess it did end poorly for you.
No,
too.
the only person who actually came out ahead was Ryan, who's not here, who is a drow and was okay with everything that happened anyways.
I suppose.
But no, I turned into Teololth and took over the sword.
Teololth. So as a basic what happened, John ends up asking for immortality to a deity and was granted lichdom, to which TJ cursed the ritual, turning John into a tainted dragonborn lich, almost half Draco lich, I guess. So he kind of did his own thing for a little bit and kind of followed the rest of the group. They ended up going through a couple more sessions, and finally John, during his insanity rolls, rolled a 99. And a 99 or a 100 I had established turns John into Lulth. Lets Lulth take over the lich body of John. And from there it snowballed quickly and heavily in almost an 8-hour session.
Yeah.
I think it was 8 hours long that we had. It was
We're
long as
still there
shit.
at past midnight.
I mean, look, when one of your players turns into an evil goddess, you finish the campaign.
Yeah. Because I was going to stop it right around that area, then we ended up keep going. So in the end, Kevin and TJ ended up as the two last good people in the world, as Lulth immediately kills Eric.
Yeah.
Ryan's drow. Ryan is not here. He's the lone empty mic. Ryan ends up turning into Lulth's captain along with Eric. So those three kind of went into cahoots.
I got perverted from a cleric into an evil paladin. You ran the fuck away, Rodney.
I was dead.
You were dead.
You
Chump was dead.
told me to. I was just I'm getting the hell out of here.
That was always allowed.
And then these two kind of had a massive fight at the Well of Dragons, where these three ended up going to Menzoberranzan and getting all of the matron mothers together and bringing them to the Well of Dragons.
Child's play for Lolth.
Yeah, right.
Child's play for Lolth. And letting Lolth basically take over the entire Well of Dragons to an unfortunate extent.
It did not end well for the forces of good.
It did
all
not.
died.
It was close, and there was a couple of clever ideas that just didn't pan out, unfortunately. So Lolth ended up winning the whole thing and kind of taking over the Sword Coast. So this campaign takes from that.
Yeah. We're going to say this is roughly 3 to 6 months after Lolth's conquest of the surface world. Because the ritual that brought... God!
You're good.
What was that?
Thanks for the host, Ari.
Holy shit.
Nice.
All right. Good thing you guys
It's
can't
the
hear that.
loud-ass fucking shotgun blast when somebody hosts me. To make me go, oh, Jesus!
Well done.
If you hear the sound of Mario jumping, it's a new follower.
Oh, hooray! So, 3 to 6 months after Lolth's conquest of the surface world, which we're calling the Lolth War, because it was a draconic ritual that brought Lolth back to the surface world, eventually they were the first to be kind of clued in that this is not what we intended, and the denizens of the surface world, all the various races, cannot stand up to this, and the only chance they have is if we turn on Lolth. Obviously, she does not have our best interests at heart at all, so there was a great Lolth, spiders, and dragons war with Drow. Lolth and spiders and Drow on one side, and dragons and all of the surface races on the other. And eventually, the Drow were mostly beaten back. Basically, Lolth was no longer there to guide them, so they figured, all right, we'll go back to doing what we do. But they absolutely terrorized the surface world. And, of course, in terrorizing the surface world, the Drow did what they like to do best, especially once Lolth was gone. Take prisoners, make sacrifices, try to get good old Lolth back, because, boy howdy, that was fun. So, where we find ourselves now is a Drow prison called Velkenvelv, in which you all find yourselves right now. So, I'm going to go off of this little passage.
What is the name?
Velkenvelv.
That's a mouthful.
Yes.
Sure, we'll hear it a lot.
So, I'll let you guys write however you think that's spelled, because I don't feel like doing that right now. And I'll read you this little passage to kind of start you off. Captured by the Drow, you wouldn't wish this fate upon anyone, yet here you are, locked in a dark cave. The cold, heavy weight of metal tight around your throat and wrists. You are not alone. Other prisoners are trapped in here with you, in an underground outpost far from the light of the sun. Your captors include a cruel Drow priestess who calls herself Mistress Ilvara of House Mizrim. Over the past several days, you've met her several times, robed in silken garments, and flanked by 2 male Drow, one of whom who has a mass of scars along one side of his face and neck. Mr. Silvara likes to impress her will with scourge in hand and remind you that your life now belongs to her. Accept your fate, learn to obey, and you may survive. Her words echo in your memory, even as you plot your escape. Now, each of you has been in here for a set amount of days here, but before we get into that, I want to get basic character descriptions from each of you guys here so we can fill in me and everyone watching.
Okay.
So, John, let's start here.
I'm playing a fire genasi named Cole Flame Fury, monk. And I was a criminal before the Lolth War. And during one of my heists, things went wrong. My anger got out of control, and I burned the place to the ground with everyone inside it. This kind of ruined me. I wasn't necessarily close to a lot of people, but I had a couple friends in the guild I was working with, and they all died in the accident. So, this being a super
I'll say your temper seems to end a lot of relationships.
So this being an issue in my life, now I'm trying to redeem myself by trying to learn how to control my anger a little bit, prevent these accidents from happening again. And I actually met Austin's character, who actually brought me into the monk lifestyle in an effort to try and control myself a little better.
All right, well, let's take that naturally right over to Austin.
All right, so for me, I'm playing an Earth Genasi named Gervor Boulderward. I am a monk, and I come from a monastery built around kind of peace and order, more or less. And when the monastery sees or finds things that are creating chaos, such as a fire genasi burning down buildings, we send our monks to go kind of tame them. So I was sent to kind of become his keeper, on teaching him how to control his temper a bit and try to just temper him down a bit.
My rehab sponsor.
And yes, that's basically what I am. And I have currently been failing terribly in my endeavors. And as an Earth Genasi, I am normal human sized, thinner, probably roughly Keegan sized, a little bit taller, but not so much wide. And my right fist is permanently closed into a fist, and that'll come into play later.
Oh, I forgot to mention what I look like. Sorry. I'm 11 feet. Or really 11 feet. I'm 6 feet.
Ooh, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm 6 feet tall.
The world looks up to you.
The ceiling gives you a back cramp.
Yeah, I know. I'm all black with red eyes that seem to have flames in them, and I'm bald except for when I've lost control of my emotions, and then it's flames.
Nice.
In specific colors.
Get like Super Saiyan hair going.
Yeah, like if I'm like super upset, it goes a little bit blue flame.
Nice.
If I'm super angry, it goes intense red, white. So it'll be that.
I'll allow it because it's awesome. All right, let's go to. That doesn't matter. Rodney.
Before we go along,
Oh.
everybody, Matt Wilcox is watching. Everybody say hi to Matt. Hi, Matt.
How you doing, buddy?
All right.
Rodney,
Continue.
take it away.
All right. My character's name is Callista Creed. I am a tiefling monk.
All right.
Let's see. Well, my character was... I'm in the hermit background. I've always kind of been on the move, trying to, find my way in life, because tieflings are kind of outcast still.
Sure.
And then when I found my monastery, they kind of took me in, and I had a drow as a friend who was also taken in this monastery, and kind of when the Loth Wars kind of started up and everything, well, he kind of had to choose a side, and because I didn't choose his, he kind of always resented me for that. So then we kind of went from friends to enemies.
Okay.
So that's kind of why now I'm kind of like in a bad place, because like I'm like so conflicted and don't know what to do and everything. So
Okay. Would you say that your drow friend turned enemy had something to do with your capture? Is kind of the reason why you're here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. TJ.
Oh, one second.
yeah.
Forgot to mention, I'm lawful neutral. I'm going to say what that is. I am lawful neutral.
Oh,
I am
okay.
order based.
Okay.
I'm chaotic neutral.
All right.
I am lawful evil.
Okay.
Oh boy. Alright, I will be playing an Edric Leifson. If people guess the source of the name. There we go. And I have chosen to play the most standard D&D character of all time. I am a human fighter of the sword and board variety.
Nice. I can't. I love it.
I'm glad you approve. So just imagine like a nearly 7-foot tall Viking in battle garb when I'm no longer in a prison.
Are you gonna hope to go like champion? Like you're going full
I'm
like
going as basic as I possibly can.
nice. Nice. That's what I like to see.
Yes, and I am from up north in Neverwinter, which is Viking territory, essentially, as far as I am aware. And I was a member of the Order of the Gauntlet, a massive organization that's basically the guardsmen of this section of the world. So I was on the front lines of the big Loth War.
Cool.
And as it kind of winded down,
Congrats on surviving.
thank you, though now I'm in prison.
One of 4.
Yes, so I'm going to say I essentially fell down a hole and then drow were everywhere. And now I'm in prison.
That's fair.
All right. Kevin.
Okay, I'm playing the Ara Neadil, female half-elf. Was in a, I guess, temple to the elvish goddess of beauty. I believe it was Halani Salani,